guys, welcome to another episode of Sipping with Somebody, and I have a special guest, Kendall. She's one of our ambassadors, an Auburn alum just like me.
Yes.
And we are going to be talking about wedding hot takes because, why are we talking about wedding hot takes?
I got engaged!
She got engaged! And I just got married, and I haven't talked about it on the podcast at all, or really ever. So I thought this was a good time to do it. And then I was like, hey, do you want to be on the podcast anytime? And she was like, yes, can we talk about wedding stuff? Because, like, you're totally in the mix of all the wedding planning and all the chaos that I was in last year. So not really jealous of you because I just did it all, but I'm here to support and help. We asked the somebodies of our Somebody Society to send in wedding hot takes. So this is just like unpopular opinions, just anything kind of like a little maybe controversial about the wedding world, but these are all people's opinions. We're going to read them. They're going to be anonymous. We're going to say our like hot takes and our like opinions on these opinions. So yeah, are you ready to get started?
I'm so excited.
Awesome. So we do not have a sip with Sipping with Somebody today. So we just have some seltzers in our little koozies that I made last year to hand out to people at festivals. Shall we crack these open?
I think so.
Yay. Have to do the ASMR snap. Cheers.
Cheers.
To your wedding. Cheers to your wedding.
I'm excited. We're like 200 and some days away.
Oh, I remember I didn't even have a calendar. I just like looked down one day and I was like, hey, we're under 100 days. Congrats, bud.
The knot lets you put one on like a widget on your home screen. So
Oh, you're counting down the days?
I know, I am. I'm bad, but been in the middle of wedding planning. I have the big things done. Yes. Venue, caterer, DJ, photographer. So
those are those are the big things. I will say, I got the big things done first, and then it's like you take a pause and then you get everything else. But I will say, like, I didn't get like a day of coordinator until like 2 weeks before my wedding. So that's probably really, really bad, but it worked out. She was great.
I also don't have a day of coordinator yet. And I'm like, do I even need one? I probably should look into getting one.
You do need one, or at least like a very tight. You have a smaller wedding anyway, so you at least need like a wedding planner or day of coordinator or like a type A like bestie that's not in the wedding to like do something like that.
Ooh, I do have one of those.
The first hot take is eloping is the way to go.
I have a very self-centered view of this. Of I go to all of these people's weddings, and I was in literally like 6 weddings last year, and I had a blast. I loved everyone.
Yeah.
But I also want a wedding and a day to do that and a day to celebrate with my friends and family, especially because we went to school in Alabama. We live in Kentucky. So I want to see my college friends, and they like want to celebrate me. And I was so happy to celebrate them that I want an actual wedding. And I think eloping is becoming more popular for like cost savings reasons more than anything.
This is totally a personal preference because there are some people with like big families, or they want to see like have a good reason to see friends. I mean, any reason is a good reason to see someone, but a wedding is like a specifically good reason. Personally, I also got married. I kind of wanted to elope. My husband wanted to do the big wedding thing because he's got a big family. I'm not really a family girl, so we had a small wedding, so that was like the best of both worlds for us. But I think like eloping, like I think that's just so sweet, and just being like, it's about us, like this is what matters, like me, you, and the random person officiating. It's just like, see you later, thanks for signing it, we're gonna go like get some coffee or get some ice cream or just whatever. Like I like it, but also it's like, yes, you want that day to be like in the dress and the makeup and the pictures.
Yes. I think I went back and forth a lot on this for like the past year and a half, and I was like, oh, I want to like run away to the mountains and get married. And he was like, oh, like, don't you want your family there and stuff? And I was like, oh, they'd come. It's like not a big deal. Like, we just went to Spain for my brother's wedding. Like, they would travel in the States to a mountain to come watch me get married without a doubt in my heart. And he was like, oh, like, you know, my friends have like farms and like kids or anything. And they were like, he was like, I don't think anyone would come, or like it would be a lot harder on them. So then it was like, oh, you know what? We do actually want all these people to like celebrate with us. And that was kind of our change from elopement to smaller wedding. The more I get into wedding planning, I didn't realize like 50 and under was a small wedding.
Yeah.
And then 50 to 100 is average. I was like, oh.
That's average. I feel like
That's where,
average is like
the
200.
Knot says. That's what I thought too. Okay, mine's going off the Knot website.
Yeah. I'm just going
They're
off
like-
of what I think in my head. Like, yes, you said, like, we went to school in Alabama. A lot of my friends who got married, they had their weddings in Alabama, like, easily 200 people there. Like,
Easily.
Except for my sister who had, like, 30-some people at her wedding. Like, I think every wedding I went to had, like, at least 200 people, or at least it looked like that. Like, I'm not very good at estimating, but either way. Honestly, I'm down with, if you want to do what you want to do, who am I to say? Like, if you want to elope, go elope. If you want to have 5,000 people at your wedding, go do that. If you want to get engaged, like, in front of everybody on the Jumbotron, you do that.
Oh, God.
If you want to get married or get engaged, just the two of you, go do that. Okay, so next wedding hot take is seek premarital counseling. Did you do this, or what do you think about this?
We did not do any, like, official premarital counseling. I looked into it, but all of it is extremely, like, religious based, and a lot of the ones offered around are religious based, or, well, marriage as a practice is religious based.
Yeah.
And I am not religious and have, like, no desire to start my marriage off with it.
Yeah.
So I didn't really. However, I did go online and look up, like, premarital counseling, non-religious questions.
Yeah.
And I was like, we have to sit down and talk about this. My fiance looked at me and said that he thought I was breaking up with him. No, I was like, no.
You pulled the text, like, we have to talk, and he's like, oh my God, what did I do?
Yeah, and I was like, hey, can we have, like, a little, like, date night? And, like, there's just some things I want to talk about. And this is before I knew we were getting engaged, but I didn't know when. So this was, like, 5 months premature accidentally.
When you know.
Yeah, like, we had talked about rings and we had talked about timeline. But I was like, wanted to solidify point blank, how do we feel about kids? How do we feel about moving? Like, what about careers or stay-at-home moms? And, like, I had those conversations that I feel like you need to know with a partner.
Yeah.
And I made it very deliberate.
Having those talks is really important.
Yeah.
No matter if you do them, like, before you get engaged. Well, I feel like before probably, like, the best time to do them. So then it's not like you're like, I'm gonna get this ring, and then
actually we
don't want this. If you invite me to an out-of-state wedding, give me a +1 so I can invite a friend. What do you think about this?
I have such hard opinions about this.
Okay, because this, you probably are going, I feel like everyone goes through this. So yes.
Yeah. Listen, I've been in so many weddings because I had, like, one group of friends get married kind of before college.
Yeah.
And then we went to school in Alabama. So many girls get married right out of college.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm 26 and a lot of my friends are, like, closer to 30. So now we're all, like, getting married again. And I've been to some out of state because we went to school out of state. And I would know, like, only my friend group, and I didn't get a +1, and it was fine because I'm there to hang out with my friends and, like, celebrate my friends getting married. I'm not having +1s at my wedding. Everyone's, like, addressed on the invite.
Yeah.
And if you don't have, like, a significant other, sucks. The only person I, like, really considered giving a +1 was my cousin that is coming in from St. Louis. She wouldn't know anyone really to hang out with. That's when I get it. But, like, if your whole friend group's there, why do you need a +1?
Exactly. That's how I feel too. Friend groups, I don't think you need one because, like, you're hanging out with your friends. I think if you're married, you should get one.
Yes.
Don't just, like, invite somebody and don't invite their, like, significant other.
I agree.
Like, I feel if you're dating, I think it depends on like how long they've been dating for, because some people are like they've been dating long enough to be married, or they're like considered as married, whatever. Like if it's a whole big family wedding and like you have big family that's there, I don't really think you'll need one either. Was going back and forth on inviting like some family members because like we have like a lot of extended family. And so just because I was like costs are adding up, but I did reach out to like my aunts and was like, hey, like who's so-and-so dating? Is so-and-so dating someone? How long have they been dating? Like if they were invited, should they come, or would they not want to come, or would they care? Some people were like, they've been dating for so long, they need to come. Or like, oh, they're not dating anyone, it's fine.
Yeah, when I say I had no plus ones, it's because like if you're married, you're both on the invitation. Exactly. I'm just doing no like open invite whoever.
I don't think we did either. I wrote everyone's name. I also did address it as like the girl's name first and then the guy's name.
That's what I'm
just
doing.
Oh, good. Yay.
Well, I think I might not for some of the people that it's like I don't really know their girlfriend very well, which is fine, but it's like they're all getting addressed to, you know, so-and-so and so-and-so, not so-and-so plus one. Like, we're not doing the and plus one.
I did have one friend who is like Dr. and Mr. And so I wrote Dr. and Mr. and then her name. So, but also like they would have loved that, or they did love it. They laughed. So I will say there was one person who we invited, like her and her partner. Her partner couldn't come, and so she had brought in a friend. I didn't know this. She didn't tell me. I didn't really care. Didn't really notice. So it's like, I'm not saying like just bring a plus one even if they're not invited, because I was like, there's X amount of seats. If you don't have a seat, you can go stand in the corner. You can go leave. Because I was like,
there's a booth at mine, and then I'm like, you can get the shade booth.
She already had a spot for her partner too, so it wasn't like a big deal. And I think she had like work. I can't remember what it was, but she was just like, this is my friend. I was like, cool. Hey, what's up? And it's like, I love my friend, so I was glad she was able to come because she was from out of state. So there you go.
Yeah, and if it's who I think it was, like,
I think, yeah, you know who it is.
Yeah, it was like we didn't know a ton of people at the wedding.
Yeah.
So it was nice that, like, she could bring someone, because I think it would have been one of those situations where you're like, oh, you don't know many people at the wedding.
I would rather her come and use that space rather than just decide to not come at all. It was fun. Yeah. The next one says, garter tosses give me the biggest ick. Nope from me. What do you think?
I agree with this. I agree. They give me like almost a panic attack when I think about it, because I looked at my fiance and I was like, we're not doing this right. And he was like, I was like, thank the Lord.
Don't touch me.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this a little bit before we turned the camera on of, I do not want sex jokes at my wedding about me and my fiance. It's freaking weird. And this is just a sex joke.
Yes.
And I don't like it. This is about celebrating our love. This is not about us getting married to do it and have babies.
Yeah.
So that is my big thing, because I don't believe weddings and like marriage is just to have families.
Right.
It's to, or like have kids. It's to celebrate your love for one another. And I think jumping over the love and just celebrating kids or like the sex jokes is just like taking away from what I feel like the purpose of a wedding is, which is why they gross me out. It's an ongoing sex joke. Yeah. My dad's here. Can we not?
Yeah. I don't like the eyes on me anyway, says the person who's hosting a fucking podcast. Sorry.
No, this is perfect. But like, you're right.
Like wedding stuff, like personal stuff, like work, yes. Personal, stay away from my skirt. I don't want this. Are you doing a bouquet toss?
I haven't decided if I'm doing a bouquet toss. If I do, it's not mine. It'll be a bridesmaid's bouquet. I'm saving mine.
Right, yeah.
Because I know that's like a big talk with garter tosses is starting to throw bridesmaids bouquets instead of yours.
Yeah.
So I definitely will do that. But there is another trend going around of dedicating your bouquet.
Oh, I've not heard of this.
Yeah, so there's like a big thing that the mother of the bride does not have like a special thing for her. For my mom, she is helping me with all of this wedding planning and stuff. And mom, if you're seeing this, close your ears. I think I would like to do a bouquet dedication where you like say a little something about your mom and you give her the bouquet instead of tossing it to someone.
Yeah, that's cute.
So if you're looking for an alternative, I got it off TikTok, not me.
Oh,
my brain's not that good.
This will also be on TikTok.
Yes.
We didn't do garter tosses. We didn't do bouquet tosses. I just like, I picture those videos of the girls like when everyone's throwing the bouquet and there's the girl in the corner being like, and then like chugs the beer.
Yeah.
Like that was me. Like I never did those. Like it was like, all the single ladies go on the dance floor. And I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna fight over flowers because of some like symbol of being like, you're gonna get married next. Like if you want to do that, that's great. I'm not very like physical and I don't really feel like accidentally like elbow, like I'm almost 6 feet tall, not in heels. When I wear heels, I'm over 6 feet tall. I don't feel like accidentally like giving someone a black eye. Not about that.
And like, I don't want to celebrate that you have to have a partner to be happy or to like have a big milestone.
Next one, nobody wants favors with your names on it. Save the money. Are you doing wedding favors?
I don't think so. I agree that a lot of wedding favors just get left at weddings.
Yeah.
Koozies.
Koozies are cool.
Tall ones especially. All of the tall koozies I have are from my weddings for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
With my friends' names on them. Actually, one's from a random couple that I like don't even know them. I was a random +1.
I was like, were you a wedding crasher?
No, I was a random +1. These are cheap and easy. I love koozies. Tall koozies are so hard to come by. I don't want to go out and buy one though,
Yeah.
technically. Like if I buy one, I'm gonna buy a hard cased one that I like. But I also think favors are kind of unnecessary to a point because you are bringing them there, you're feeding them. I have an open bar, so you're also getting free drinks.
Excuse me, yeah.
There's your favor. Please come celebrate with me because you want to celebrate with me, not because you want things in return. Which is what I feel like a favor gives, which maybe that's just me being too new age.
Koozies, yeah, like I'll use them. I will say, like, it's like the beach or like at a tailgate. So it's like I don't really use koozies other than that because I have like cute glasses. It's just kind of like an overconsumption thing that just like they're not cute and it's just kind of a waste of money. If it's like super personal and like meaningful and you know your family and friends is like really gonna like it, I say do that. We didn't really do favors, but we did those like matchbooks. Like those
yes,
things. Did you get one?
Yeah, I took so many matchboxes on my way out because there were some left over and I was like, I'm a candle girl. So I have those. I light my candles with them. I also took those little wooden name tags you did.
Oh,
the burned in wooden name tags. I love those.
That was a huge effort. We did that for like 2 days because we had to like, you're talking about the name cards, right?
So
we had to do each one separately and then type each name in and like level it so it was straight because you couldn't do them all at once or else it would like slowly shift throughout the names.
Oh, name cards, yeah. Beautiful. I saw people leave them. I took mine and my fiance's because I was like, these are gorgeous, and now they're on my bar cart. And they like sit up because we have little like his and her glasses because I have him like a bourbon like ice glass and his name's on that, and then I have me with like my fancy little wine.
Yeah.
It's not a wine glass. It's like a
martini glass or something.
Yeah, like more like a martini coup glass mix.
Yeah.
And my name's on that because that's the glass I always use. Your place settings were so good too.
I was kind of upset because I ironed and steamed everything, and then my napkins were so creased because they were all folded, and so everything was so creased, and I was like, why did I spend the days ironing and steaming? But anyway, I think it was like 150 of them. I put out 75 because I was like, I know not everyone's gonna take them. I kept 75 to like keep forever. I like lost them for the longest time. Finally found them like a week ago, and they were like right under there, like under all my Somebody Society stuff because I had shoved everything away, and I was like, they're lost. Like they must have been taken to the wedding, and somebody took them off.
They had your little design. Yes. She had like a wedding design symbol.
Yes, I made when we got engaged in this little like cavern thing at the gorge. And so I can show you the picture, but like I took that arch from it and then did our initials and then the date under. So I like just hand drew it and then like scanned it. And then that's what I used for like the signs and that and stuff. I was a very DIY bride because I did wedding designing as a living for a while. So I kind of DIY plus.
Yeah, and it was so cute because it was like your own little brand.
Yes.
For your wedding. It was cute.
It's our new version of a family crest.
Love it.
I don't love the trend of changing into another dress. You only wear your dress once.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to say too much about my dress because
secret.
No one's seen it. Well, people have seen it. My fiance hasn't seen it. One thing, I did turn down a dress because I put it on. It was beautiful. I loved it. But it had sequins under my arms, and I was like, nope.
Oh, itchy.
Nope. Yep. I was like, I want this fabric because it will not irritate me because I want to be comfortable on my day as much as I want to be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But I get if you fall in love with a dress and it's not the most comfy thing ever to want to change because I was like, Tyler, do we want to change into like sweatpants later for our reception so that we can like dance and have fun? Because I'm going to have to dance in this big giant dress, which is awesome and great, and I'm so excited because I only get to wear the dress once, but I also want to be comfortable and have fun. So I really had a dilemma with myself about this.
I do agree with this one because I was always like, I'm gonna wear this dress once, I'm not gonna want to change. Also, I didn't really want to, the day goes by so fast, I didn't want to have to change given like I was just a zipper. I didn't have all the like bells and whistles like tying up in the back. But as someone who had kind of like a bigger dress, it's really not that bad. Once you bust out the back, you'll kind of just like dance the night away. You won't really care. I will say mine, and I realized this once I got it, but it was like the off the shoulder one. So I could only lift my arms like this much. I remember you and me doing hot to go, and I was like, it was not like the most ideal, but I was like, I feel beautiful. I don't want to change. I only had get to wear it once. So I did change shoes though. I did put on like white New Balances, which was Connor's idea. And one of his favorite pictures of the night is him tying my shoe because I have my shoe propped up on him and he's like laughing. And I was like, I don't know why you like this picture. It's cute, but why is that your favorite?
I'm definitely changing shoes. My other thing was I did not want to leave my wedding.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to change. I don't want to
No.
leave. Same reason I don't want cake smashing. I don't want to have to leave my own wedding to go fix my makeup. It was like, I want to, after the ceremony, I want to be present the whole time.
Yes. Do your pictures first because that's what we did. Well, we did family pictures, like the ones where you just stand and then the grandparents like come in and then leave. We did those after the ceremony, but then we like that took 20 minutes and then we had the cocktail hour. So like we were there like the whole time. The next one, alcohol and children is a terrible idea. Child-free weddings are for safety. They capitalized safety. I didn't have children at mine. I feel like there's been too many horror stories. I feel about like children either ruining something on purpose or accident.
If you decide to have children in your wedding, that is you. That is great. I think the parents need to monitor their alcohol usage because you have to leave the wedding. You have to take care of your kids. You can't let them run rampant, and you need to worry about their safety. And I think I would be too worried about kids running amok to enjoy my wedding.
Yeah.
Because I'd be worried for them because as much as I love kids, I want them to be safe and I want them to be in environments where they should be.
Yeah.
Also, I'm getting married at a bar, so they can't come anyways.
Yeah.
I didn't have that option.
They don't have their ID. Yeah.
I'm having one underage person come, and she literally has to be escorted in and out.
But we do have 2 hot takes we want to talk about before we hopefully don't get cut off again.
Yes.
Okay, so what is your hot take?
My hot take was to have a first look or not.
Ooh, yes. We did. Are you guys are?
Yeah, we're doing one. So I like went back and forth on it, not much. Because I was saying that I don't want to leave my wedding ever, and I hate the thought of like getting married, walking off the altar, and then like still having an hour to go take photos away from all my guests and everything.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be present for my wedding and kind of be close to done with photos as soon as I was walking down the aisle, where like the rest of it was like, we made it, we're good. I have heard so many things about like, I can't believe you're doing a first look. Don't you want like your moment down the aisle and your husband to see you and cry and like that be the first time you see it? No. I've seen beautiful first look videos of a man crying. That's great.
Also, when I walked, I was too busy trying not to fall rather than like notice if Connor was crying or not. Also, like the light from the window, couldn't really see, he was backlit, couldn't really see him anyway. You're trying too hard not to fall. It's not a big deal. If he cries, you'll get a picture of it. If not, he'll cry another day. I'm sure you can see him cry then.
Yeah, I'm like, I would rather prioritize me having fun and being with my guests than a 5-second moment with my significant other, which we will still have. Yeah. Because he will still see me for the first time.
I wanted to spend like the whole day with him. Like, yeah, the wedding part was fun. Like a lot of people would think of weddings and think of like the reception and the dancing and stuff. Yeah. But like honestly, like that, like the getting ready in the morning, the getting ready with your girls, and like doing all like the pictures and just kind of like the hustle and bustle, like that all was really fun too. And then it's like you get more time to hang out with your partner and like enjoy that part of the day rather than being like, oh my gosh, like don't look at me, or like, oh, like don't look yet. Like if you want to, again, great, but like it was so nice seeing Connor and like enjoying the day with him. Like you get more time to hang out with him. And I mean, you guys are the main part of the day. You don't want to hang out with each other more? Like, red flag.
I'm really looking forward to, we all are like hiding away in a room like back behind the aisle as all the guests are arriving, like back behind the bar. And so it'll be like me and my bridesmaids and my fiance and his groomsmen, and we all get to hang out together
Yeah.
for like that 30 minutes before the wedding. And I love the fact that I'm going to get to sit there with my soon to be legally husband and like hold his hand and hear everybody coming in and being like, oh my God, are you excited? Like, I'm so excited to be with him right before our wedding ceremony starts.
Also, eat before you walk down the aisle, because I did it and I was like, where are my Chick-fil-A nuggets at? I need them now. The groomsmen had stolen them, so thanks, guys.
Losers.
I know. But he was trying to find the nuggets first. He was just like trying to like take care of me all day. So I was like, more time for him to like pamper me, okay?
Also, did you sign your wedding certificate before, during, or after your wedding?
Well, like, you go to the courthouse and we signed that. I can't remember, but I
was curious.
I did it at the cocktail hour, but I don't know if I can't remember if I signed something or it was just like the 2 witnesses and then the officiant.
Yeah, I know. Like,
I don't remember, unless I didn't sign anything. But it was happening at the cocktail hour because we have pictures of that too.
Okay, because I was like, my brother is the only wedding that I've been like involved from start to end with like the little details. So like they got married in the States in our home county at their house, had a nice little dinner after, because they got their ceremony was in Spain, so they couldn't get married over there. And I was like, oh, should I like do that, or should I like sign it at my wedding? We might just sign it at the wedding.
So another hot take, we had a minimal ceremony and then more people at the reception, so that can be another hot take we didn't talk about. I'm totally pro that. I wanted as least people seeing me walk down the aisle as possible because I'm shy. Says the girl with the podcast.
Every time has a social club.
Yeah, has a social club, social butterfly. Yeah. I'll say my hot take that we shared earlier was don't feel like you have to invite everybody. Like, everyone thinks you need to invite every single person that you've ever known, or just because they're family you have to invite them, or just because you went to their wedding you have to invite them. That's not the case at all. Like, people who love you, and we talked about this, like the people who love you, if they're not invited due to finances or seating or just like whatever it may be, if they love you, they will not care, and then it just gives them another excuse to party and celebrate you at another time.
Yeah. So I was saying, like, I had so much stress about which friends I could or could not invite because we don't have many seats, and I have my family and another family that I'm extremely close with that I had to invite, and there was like over half of my seating already because small wedding, have a partner. He also gets half the seats. I know. So I was like so scared about like ever talking to my friends about wedding if they weren't invited, and I was so lucky to have such great friends that they were like, no, we can talk about your wedding even if we're not invited, like we understand in seats and stuff. And there's so much stress and hate and like anger with weddings for some reason, and like be that person that is gracious and so happy for the couple and like so nice and sweet and excited if you're invited or not, if you can bring your kid or not, if you don't like the garter toss they do, or you don't like that you didn't get to see the partner see them for the first time down the aisle, like just be happy for them.
Like, there are 100 different reasons why we chose a certain option. Like,
so much is going on.
And we don't really need to tell you exactly why. Kendall, like, we in our little friend group, we were talking about like, oh, like, let's see the ring, like, how did dress shopping go, blah, blah, blah. And then she told us, like, hey, like, I'm not going to have seats for you. And, like, the first thing out of my mouth was, like, cool, let's go get drinks and party, like, and then you can tell us all about it after. Not, like, oh, my God, we're never going to be friends again. Get off my podcast. Like, no.
Yeah. And, like, I was so excited to go to your reception, even though I didn't get to see your wedding. Yeah. And I'm happy for you. It's exciting. Like,
and I had, like, fine. And I don't know if that's because, like, I truly, like, I believe that every person has their own choice. So if you choose to not invite me to the ceremony but to the reception, or not to the wedding at all but want to have cocktails with me and tell me about it another day, cool. Like, I don't even think about like being offended. But like, why some people do, like, to each their own. But like, I completely forgot that you weren't at the ceremony. So there was a part where I was telling you, like, oh yeah, when I walked down the aisle, like, I was too busy trying not to fall. I'm like, oh yeah, like, Kendall wasn't there. Did she bitch about it?
No. I said, was it fun? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah. And she, like, I remember it was like you, Anna, and Aaron. They were just like, oh my gosh, how was it? You look so beautiful, blah, blah. And I was like, thanks. Okay, well, thank you so much for being here. You'll have to be on for another part. I know we have more weddings from the somebodies that have written in. I'm sure we just have more stories in general. We can talk about
Woohoo.
like Auburn Nights or something. That would be something funny
Yes.
too. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I loved this.
Hey, and just a reminder, this is sipping with somebody, not anything else. So please drink responsibly.